Hakioi listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast. Don't forget to join me on X or Instagram and also YouTube, where I restream these podcasts. Also, the odd video episode. There is a new episode there on the Kimarite fence of Ryogoku in Tokyo. It's only a little short one. Go and check that one out. Welcome to day one of the Haru Basho in March in Osaka, city down the bottom end of the Honshu island of Japan. Tonight, the debut of our Shin Yokozuna, our new Yokozuna, Shin being new. Hoshoryu, our 74th Yokozuna, performed his Dohyo Iri at the beginning of the day, and I would assume that there were some nerves there for him. Anyway, he had the last match of the day as the Yokozuna, his privilege. He was against Komusubi Abi. Now, he's got a bit of a record, so-so record against Abi, little slight record of 10-6 over the big man. He is a bit of a man-mountain, Abi. Hoshoryu, his last two losses were by a dirty hanker by Abi in September, and what I would have thought was a bit of a false start in November by Abi. Got a bit of a jump on Hoshoryu. Funnily enough, Abi did so poorly in January that he didn't get to face the Ozeki, or then Ozeki Hoshoryu. So knowing that Abi likes a massive charge with a Nodowa neck thrust, double Nodowa neck thrust out of the tachiai, you would think that Hoshoryu would have been ready for it. But no, he didn't appear to be ready at all, and Abi got the Nodowa neck thrust and just easily drove Yokozuna Hoshoryu back and over the bales. That's not what we want to see from the Yokozuna. Now, is this because he has been hankered before, and recently by Abi? Is this the hanker in your head that it does to opponents or rikishi like Abi, who one moment are driving like a supercharged bulldozer and the next stepping out of the way at the tachiai? Either way, Hoshoryu totally misread the situation, was not committed enough, didn't get his head down, and was driven too upright and had no chance against the very powerful Abi. Tsukadashi thrust out is the Kimarite call. Our Shin Yokozuna loses on his first day at work. You might wonder why there was no Zabuton cushion shower, which is normally the case when you have a Yokozuna lose. Well, they actually tie down the cushions in Osaka to stop exactly that. Spoil sports. So moving on, Ozeki Onosato faced Magashira 1 Wakataka Kage in another face-off. It's been a short but fairly intense matchup between these two. Look, it was a big forceful tachiai, grapple for dominance as Onosato forced Wakataka Kage back to the bales. Wakataka Kage, as he went defensive, he went for the Totari arm pull. He just couldn't get enough purchase on Onosato's arm. I wouldn't say he missed it, he just didn't get enough purchase. Onosato stays in and forces Wakataka Kage to go around the bales. He's under pressure at this point. Onosato chased him, got a foot behind Wakataka Kage as he's on those bales, which then helped him down over the bales backwards. Kirikaeshi backwards knee trip is the call. So Onosato Ozeki gets that first win. Korizukura, he faced up to Wakamoto Haru on day one. Look, this is an 11-7 matchup for Korizukura. Again, I'm not sure that Korizukura has a short memory or just decided to try his best at this one again. Korizukura drove Wakamoto Haru back to the bales. Wakamoto Haru got an inside left belt grip but he just couldn't latch up on an outside right belt as they locked up. Wakamoto Haru, he worked his way to a bit of an outside belt grip on the right. While he had the left, he used it, his standard technique, to work Korizukura back and over the bales. Look, it was a fairly standard orthodox Wakamoto Haru victory, but certainly Korizukura, he went backwards, and as he was driven backwards, it was very interesting. His strapped knee did not touch the ground, that leg. He kept it in the air as he was being driven back. I would suggest no weight being put on that shows that there might be a bit of a problem at this point. Remember, Korizukura is Karaban as an Ozeki. Now that means he needs to get a Kachikoshi 8 wins. He's been protected once. This time he needs a Kachikoshi 8 wins or he will be demoted back to Sekiwake. If he does get demoted to Sekiwake, next tournament he would need 10 wins to get straight back up to Ozeki instead of the 33 wins. We might need to worry a bit at this point. Anyway, Daieisho Sekiwake faced off Gonayama. Last time they faced, it was a good old thrashing match. This time Gonayama, he made light work of it. Daieisho came out thrusting hard with Sapari, but Gonayama, he got his left hand under the armpit, turned Daieisho over. Tsukiotoshi thrust down. Disappointing loss for Daieisho, who again had his feet far too far behind him as he was fully committed to the thrusting. It's a consistent problem. We've talked about it before. As Daieisho gets too committed, his opponents now know to wait to force his way forward and use that against him. Anyway, Oho, he faced Chiyoshima, decided to give him a relatively easy win. Oho, who is Shin Sekiwake, new Sekiwake. Chiyoshima got forced back onto the belt and pulled Oho around and down Watanabe at the bales. Look, it wasn't a good loss for Oho there. Kirishima, he took a fairly easy win over the flying monkey Tobizaru. Tobizaru tried to keep him at length as Kirishima tried to grab him. Kirishima took advantage as Tobizaru's feet again were nowhere. Kirishima was watchful and slapped him down. Hataki Komi, it was a really good awareness win for Kirishima as he kept a pretty good eye on what Tobizaru was doing. Ura, he beat Ichi Yamamoto with a relatively orthodox, funnily enough, Oshidashi, as Ichi Yamamoto missed a Hataki Komi slapdown, got pulled through, and then turned and driven out. The Osaka crowd was happy. That's Ura's hometown. A very fast and motivated Hirodumi. He avoided Kimbozan, moved quickly, keep him defensive, kept Kimbozan off the belt. That missed belt grip was the end of Kimbozan as Hirodumi took advantage for the drive-out Oshidashi win. Look for Kimbozan to struggle a bit as he is Islamic and he is in the middle of Ramadan. He can't eat or drink at all in the daylight hours during this basho. That won't be easy for his stamina as he gets towards the end of the tournament. Easy drive out Yorakiri power win for Takeru Fuji over Shodai. Atami Fuji turned up with a new mauve-coloured Mawashi and pressured Tamawashi over the bales with a pretty good Oshidashi win there, a push-out. Good patient win in a long struggle for Hakuoho against Oshoma. Double inside grip allowed Hakuoho. He was under pressure there for a bit, but he got that double inside grip. He used it to take advantage after a very extended struggle. He got hold of Oshoma, pulled him around his hip and out of the ring, Shitata Nage underarm belt throw. Oshoma actually stayed up when he went out of the ring, but they still called it a throw. Good luck to the Oyakata. Endo, he got a fast Uwata Dashinage open belt throw on Nishikigi. Midori Fuji wearing his very red Mawashi this time. He's gone back to the red one. He wore it, I think, about 12-18 months ago. He executed a fast and well-placed Karasakashi undershoulder swing down on the very much bigger opponent, Shononumi. Look, he struggled in the last year against the big man, so I was kind of surprised. He tried it last year against Shononumi, couldn't pull it off. Shononumi knew what was coming and just stayed up. But I think speed was the element for Midori Fuji tonight. He got in fast, used it to excellent leverage. Shononumi went down fast. Takara Fuji, he got a win over Meisei after the Shimpan judges overturned the Gyoji call. Meisei was going down frontways as he drove Takara Fuji out of the ring, but replay showed that Takara Fuji still had a foot on the bales as Meisei touched down. Nishiki Fuji, he lifted Onakatsu out, Suradashi, a bit of a jump by Onakatsu, but eventually got there. Ryuden got a win over Shishi, who has returned to Makuchi. Bit of an extended belt grip battle there. The grip allowed Ryuden to force Shishi over and down at the bales at the end of that long battle as they both went down together. They called it an Iwatanage overarm belt throw as they both went down together. It was a bit of an unusual call for me. Again, a couple of unusual ones tonight. Aonishiki, he lost to Tsurunomi in a big rugby tackle oshidashi. Asakoryu, he got another unusual kimarite, and a Kuri Hikiatoshi rear pull down on Sadanumi. They were in the middle of the ring, and Sadanumi kind of fell but was helped down backwards by Asakoryu. Koroshoho got an easy Kotanage arm lock throw on Mitakayumi. And finally, Toki Hayate got an easy drive out win once he got onto the belt of Shirakuma, who has returned to Makuuchi as well. So that is day one, folks. A few unusual Kimarite calls from the Oyakata tonight. But hey, that's what he does. Don't count Hoshoryu Yokozuna out. This will probably fire him up. He'll be a bit probably unhappy with himself about tonight's fight, and so he should be. The one to worry about is truly Kodazakura, who is Karaban Ozeki. He is a true worry. Oho will be probably a mite unhappy with his loss as well. So join me again, listeners, as we get into the Harubasho. Hakioi, let's learn sumo.